Today I'm going to be making pot roast, and I wanted to show you guys how I make it. We are going to be eating this tomorrow, so I'm going to let this cook overnight and then we'll have dinner ready for tomorrow. I just want to show you guys what I'm using today. So this is the Black Angus bottom round roast, and I picked this up at Aldi. This is a small roast because we're going to probably only eat this for 1 to 2 days. I paid let's see, $10.73 for this amount. We're also going to be using some mini sweet peppers, some bell pepper, some celery, which I am going to clean it, don't worry, and some garlic. Over here I have some Kroger brand beef broth and some Kroger brand onion soup and dip mix. My sister told me my first time that I made pot roast to use onion soup mix, and I've been using it ever since. So I'm gonna start by chopping up my vegetables. Oh y'all, I forgot, you also need 1 onion. It's the angles for me. We're gonna put an onion in there. So 1 onion, 1 bell pepper, 2 stalks of celery, and about 3 sweet peppers. I'm going to chop all of that up and I'm gonna saute it, and I'll show you guys the process. I'm gonna flatten it down and chop. Chop, 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 chop. Chop, chop, chop. Now I'm gonna get some of this extra virgin olive oil, put it inside of a skillet, and I'm gonna saute all of those veggies with some salt and pepper.
You want me to just put steak seasoning on there?
Yeah. And then the very last thing that I'm gonna add is the garlic, because garlic burns quickly and it will ruin the taste of your food if you put that onion in with the garlic and it's burning. So we're gonna add the garlic in at the very end. And then I want y'all to see, I am gonna add the garlic. I'm waiting to add that because I want to make sure that it is not gonna burn. So I'm gonna wait until I'm ready with this. This is the crock pot that I'm gonna be using. I got it at Kroger. We're gonna cook it on low since we're doing it overnight. I turn this down to low, and I'm just gonna add a little bit of that garlic juice to the bottom of this, and a little garlic too. And we're gonna mix it around, and we mix it within. And I'm gonna actually go ahead and cut the heat off because it's hot enough to cook it down how I need it to. And once I move that around for about 60 seconds, I'm going to take this whole skillet and let it sit aside while I rinse off that roast and get all that blood and all that nasty gunky stuff out. Okay, so I have rinsed off our beef and I've pat it dry. I'm gonna take a knife. I'm gonna just use this knife and I'm gonna poke some holes into this roast so that as I'm adding seasonings to this on the front and the back, that salt and whatnot can get deep down into those crevices. So you just want to poke it. Poke that thing. And it's a big fat cap on here, so it's going to be a lot of grease when it cooks.
You want me to trim it down or you want to keep it?
Nah, you can keep it. What you think?
That's fine with me.
We can keep it. Okay. So we have that. I'm going to add some sea salt. And some pepper. And you want to massage that thing on there. Mix it around. Get that salt off the bottom and rub it in to your meat. Now I'm going to go ahead and add the other ingredients. So I'm going to put in those vegetables that I sauteed earlier. And I'm actually going to spread those like around so they're on the bottom too. I forgot to mention this ingredient, but you definitely want to add a bag of baby carrots. You can rinse those off in your colander. And then we're going to just add those in. Because that is something that's going to add some food. Because if you add two, it's going to be too salty. And you don't want it to be salty, y'all. But this is what's going to give this some flavor flav, okay? Flavor flav. Get our spoon and give this all a nice little mix. You really just want to make sure that everything is covered. And it is 7:14, so in about 3 hours I'll check on how this is going just to see. But you're gonna basically let this cook on low for about 8 hours, which is why this is an overnight recipe. This is a good recipe to do if you can prep it in the morning before work, because it can literally cook for you while you are at work. And when you get off of your 8-hour shift, you have a meal. Bring it in close so y'all can see. It's on low. It's plugged in. And I'm going to let that cook overnight, because it's currently, I just want y'all to see, it's currently 7:15. So 8 hours from now, I'm going to be asleep. So it's going to cook overnight. Trust me, it's not going to overcook. It's on low and slow. I'm going to check on this in about 3 hours, so around 10:15-ish. Okay, I flipped it, and as you can see, it's still got a lot of pink. But this is just not the steam. Come on, steam. This is just 3 hours in. It still needs another 5 hours to go. But that's going to be in the middle of the night, and I will be asleep by then. So it's going to actually get longer than 8 hours, which is fine. It's on low. So I have a little bit of the broth here. I'm gonna try to taste it once it cools down just to see if it needs any salt or anything, and if so, I'll add the seasonings. And I will see y'all in the morning. Good morning, y'all. I woke up to the house smelling good, and I'm certain that it's time to cut this pot roast off. It's currently 8:13 in the morning. Like I mentioned, I let this cook all night overnight. So this is what it is looking like. Those carrots are nice and soft. Thanks, baby. And you see how everything is just nice and soft. So it's been cooking all night. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on off and just put the lid back on and let it cool down, because it's gonna be hot for at least a couple of hours. But that's what it's looking like. That is how I make my pot roast, y'all. Comment down below and let me know, do you eat pot roast? Would you try this recipe? And if not, what are you making for dinner today? I'll see y'all later. Hey y'all, so I know I'm on a different camera, this is my phone, but this is the result of the roast. Y'all, let me show y'all how tender these carrots came out after an overnight cooking. They are just soft, honey. You can mash them down and it's real soft. And then we got that sauce over the rice. It's so good. And then I made my green beans earlier with some turkey tails in there. It's gonna be so good, y'all. I wasted a green bean on the table trying to show y'all. I'm just gonna put it back in. But yeah, y'all, let me know if y'all want more cook with me videos, and let me know if you're gonna try this recipe. Bye, y'all.